So let's cut to the chase. I am going to have a simply delightful self-care evening tonight. First, I'm gonna shower because I have had a long day and I'm simply exhausted. My hair really needs a good wash. The plan for the rest of the night is sit on the couch and be a lazy sack of potatoes and watch a bit of Netflix because I feel like I barely have time to watch Netflix these days. I have the whole evening off with literally nothing to do. Well, I have things to do, but I think that's a weekend problem. It's currently Friday, so I have the rest of the weekend to work on it. Tonight is going to be my self-care, relaxed, do nothing, and just enjoy the simple things. So welcome to my evening self-care routine. I just finished my shower and honestly, that is the best feeling in the whole entire world. I have not washed my hair for the past 4 or 5 days and my hair gets really greasy, so now I've washed it and it's feeling a lot better. I used John Frieda Violet Crush shampoo and conditioner today, which I usually use maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks just because my hair is dyed. I think the point of it is to get rid of any of those brassy tones, but otherwise I usually use the Kevin Murphy Plumping Wash Shampoo and Angel Rinse Conditioner. I try to do it every week, but it's hard to stay consistent, but I do try and use a hair mask. So I've been using this Fino Premium Touch hair mask, which I actually bought in Japan. I wish I bought like 10 of these because genuinely I feel like it makes a difference to my hair. My hair's always been very dry. Like I get dry ends and the roots get quite greasy pretty quickly, but this, honestly, I feel a difference after the first time using it, and hopefully my hair will get healthier and glossier. So I'm going to use this today. My hair's still wet, so I'm just going to comb it out, and once it's combed out, then I can put in the product. I do so badly wish that I was one of those girlies who just had naturally beautiful, luscious, glossy hair, but unfortunately that is not me, so I have to put up with this hair care routine so that my hair actually looks like it's coming out of a human and not a woolly mammoth. Literally just going to scoop this out, nice big dollop. I use quite a lot, so I've only used this 5 times, I want to say. I feel like I'm already a third through the tub, so I don't know how long this is meant to last. To be fair, when I was bringing it home, some of it did leak out of my suitcase, which I don't even know how that happened. I swear I was so cautious. Some of it leaked out and I was really devastated actually because it got onto my makeup bag. It was a nightmare to rinse out. I literally slather this all over my hair. I think they say to use it quite generously, and use it generously is definitely what I do. Once my hair is completely covered with the product, I just put it up in a claw clip. I leave it on for as long as I want, honestly. From what I've read on Reddit, because Reddit is the source of all truths, obviously, I think it's okay to just leave it on for as long as I like. So sometimes I leave it on until it's like dry and crusty, which I probably should stop doing. But usually I'd leave it on for around like an hour while I watch a show or something. That's what I'm going to do. So in a shocking turn of events, I've decided to do some baking because why not? And I'm gonna do a little throwback to lovely coronavirus lockdown days and make some banana bread. We have a bunch of very ripe brown bananas and I'm just following this recipe that I found online. Is this becoming a baking cooking channel? Maybe. I always get really confused though because a lot of these websites, they've got like US cups and they've got a metric option, which is always not in cups but like in grams and mils. Are US cups the same as our cups? I'd assume it would be the same, so because they're asking for 1.5 cups of flour and I'm just using what I believe are normal cups. I reckon I'm just gonna go with it because honestly it's all I've got and I really can't be bothered bringing out the scales and measuring everything by grams. And of course I'm gonna just have a little bit of something on the side to sip on while I do my baking. So good. The thing I do love about making banana bread is that it's so easy and you only need to do all of it in just one bowl. Like you don't have to bring out the stand mixer, or you don't have to have a lot of moving parts at the same time. I also love banana bread because you can literally have it at any time of the day. Not only can you have it for dessert, but you can also have it for literally breakfast. And honestly, I just love bananas. I'm gonna mash up the bananas now. To be honest, I think my bananas could have been riper. That's the thing about bananas. Like, you can never tell what it's gonna look like on the inside. Sometimes they might be brown and gross on the outside, but they're actually really beautiful and pristine on the inside, like my bananas were today. So I'm kind of bummed because they would have been good, normal bananas for eating. Baking is definitely part of my self-care ritual. I get to do it often just because, honestly, just because I'm lazy. I wish I did dedicate more time to it, but I have a massive sweet tooth. So anything about desserts or baking sweet treats is literally the most soothing thing and relaxing thing to me. Because that's the whole point of self-care. It's doing things that make you smile, and something that makes me smile is having a sweet treat that I can dig into. It's even better knowing that it's something that I made myself because I know what goes into it, and it's satisfying being able to see a final product created from bare ingredients, something that you've put together yourself. That said, a lot of self-care routines nowadays are always very productive self-care routines. I don't think self-care is something that needs to be productive, and sometimes there is that pressure that, oh, if I want to take care of myself, that means I need to be productive and do something. I think it's important to remember that self-care is about what makes you feel good. It's not someone else's care. It's self-care because it's thinking about what's going to make me feel best and what's gonna make me feel most cared for in this moment. It's not always gonna be productive things like putting on a hair mask or making banana bread. Sometimes it's literally just getting into my warm fuzzy pajamas, lying under a blanket and reading a book or watching TV. I also love doing nothing just as much, and I think it's just as important to do nothing when you're doing self-care. Anyway, that little segue aside, I've mashed up the bananas and it looks very lumpy and brown, to be completely honest with you. It's melted some butter in the microwave and I'm gonna add it in. 3/4 cup of sugar, which I think is quite a lot. Like, this is 1/2 cup, so 3/4 cup would be this plus a little bit more. I might just eyeball it and add what I think is like 1/2-ish a cup of sugar. And to make up for it, I'll just add a little bit of molasses. I've whisked up a little egg and I'm gonna put that whisked egg in, plus a little splash of vanilla extract, plus a 1/4-ish teaspoon of salt. And my salt's pink, isn't that so cute? 1 teaspoon of bicarb soda. Lastly but not least, 1.5 cups of plain flour. Honestly, I reckon this batter is looking pretty good. So I added the walnuts in and now I'm gonna pop it inside this lined baking tray that I've got prepared. And now the banana bread is going into the oven for, I think around an hour. Oh my god, I should have used gloves for this. At 180 degrees Celsius. While the banana bread's in the oven, I think I'm gonna wash out my hair mask now. It's been sitting in my hair for around an hour and it's gotten a little crunchy, to be honest. So I think it's definitely time to wash that out. Oh my goodness, I look ridiculous, but my hair is all washed now and I've rinsed out the hair mask and I've just popped it up in this microfiber towel to let it dry a little bit. I'm using the Innisfree Super Volcanic Pore Clay Mask. Just love doing a face mask on like my self-care days. I don't know what it is about a face mask, and I'm definitely not alone in this, but just putting on a face mask feels so relaxing. And I love this face mask as well because I've got super oily skin like on my face and it can be pretty prone to breakouts sometimes. It feels like it's like sucking all the dirt and gross stuff out of my face. I don't know if it's actually doing that, but it feels like it, and placebo effect is definitely a thing. I also just used some body lotion all over my body because it's been getting really cold lately. My skin hates the cold. My body gets really, really dry, especially in the winter. And I used this body lotion mostly because it smells delicious. Honestly, I'm not gonna pronounce it because it's in French because I got it in Montreal, Canada, but it smells like maple syrup basically. So it's a maple body butter and it smells and feels exquisite on my body. Anyway, I'm gonna let this face mask sit for around 15-20 minutes and then I'll wash it off and do the rest of my skincare, and then I'll check on the banana bread. It's been around 15-20 minutes, so I'm gonna wash off this face mask now and finish up the rest of my skincare. Oh, my face feels so good now. So first I'm going to use the Ordinary glycolic acid toner just on a little cotton pad. My skin's never been too problematic, I don't think. The biggest thing is probably just a lot of like blackheads and getting greasy quite often. A regular routine and being consistent sometimes is more useful and more productive than specific products itself, at least for me anyway. So usually I just go through phases where I try out like a different brand of products, then I stick with that brand for a little while, and if I really like it then I might continue and keep buying it. Like some products in my skincare routine I love and I will always buy over and over again, but other stuff, it's good, I would repurchase, but if there were to be something else that I heard about, I would be open to trying it. So it's not like my go-to ride or die product, if that makes sense. And I'm going to use this niacinamide, the Ordinary serum. I do this skincare routine pretty much every day, I'd say. Some days when I am a bit lazy, I would skip like the toner and the serum and stuff and just moisturize and then go to bed, especially if it's really late. But on my self-care days, I do take a bit more time with it. So on top of that, I'm going to use this moisturizer. This is a Curel moisturizer, which I bought in Japan, and oh my god, I love this. I love this so much. Just like all the other products that I got from Japan. I think a lot of like Japanese and Korean skincare is just so good, especially for Asian skin, because they know how to make it for Asian skin. So I love this stuff so much, and I'm gonna try and convince some friends who are going to Japan soon to buy some more back for me because I seriously need more of this. It's just super light but very, very moisturizing. Like I genuinely feel this on my skin the next morning when I wake up, but it's not sticky, it's not greasy or anything like that. It really does just settle into my skin. I wake up literally glowing. So I love, love, love this stuff. For eye serum, I'm just using this Sukin antioxidant eye serum. I genuinely don't know if eye serum's actually doing anything for me, but everyone seems to be using it. So I was like, I guess I better use it as well. I've got a night eye serum, which is the one I'm using now, and I've also got like a morning sort of eye serum roller thing, which feels really nice in the mornings. I feel like I wake up super congested, so using the eye roller around my eyes feels so, so good. I hope this does prevent wrinkles in the future. I guess only time will tell. And last but not least, one of my other favorites, which I would definitely repurchase over and over again, is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Have been influenced by literally every other girl out there. I'm pretty sure everybody uses this. Everybody and their mothers use this. And my lips always get so dry, especially in winter, and especially because I'm wearing a face mask most days when I'm at uni. And last but not least, I'm gonna get my hair out of this towel and use some hair oil. I tend not to brush out my hair when it's still wet, just because I feel like my hair's pretty thin. So if I do brush it out while it's wet, it tugs on my hair quite a lot, and then I can get a lot of hairs just like yanked out, which is not good at all. This is the And Honey Extra Deep Moist Hair Oil. Like a lot of my other products from Japan, so obsessed with it. First of all, it smells so good. Sweet, but like florally at the same time. It does say organic and botanical ingredients, so there's probably some sort of like flower oil in here. But I just use a small pump in my palms and rub it together. I've tried a lot of hair oils in the past, like Moroccan and argan oil. This is the first one where I've actually felt like there is a genuine difference in my hair, and it does look a lot shinier and it feels a lot softer. I think just like the skincare products, because they're all Japanese brands, they're made specifically for Asian type hair, and perhaps they understand Asian skin and Asian hair a lot better than other brands that are more available here would. And I try and rub it into the tips as much as I can. I'm hoping that with this good hair care routine, if I keep it up, then fingers crossed, my hair will be a lot healthier and hopefully won't get as many split ends as I usually do. So we'll see how that goes. That's a wrap on my skin, hair, body care routine. And now I'm gonna check on the banana bread. I'm so excited. I can smell it. It smells so good. Oh my goodness. I've just turned off the oven. Exactly been an hour. Oh, I can't wait to try it. And it's nice and crispy on top as well. I think I'm just gonna let it cool for a little bit because it's still very hot. Maybe I'll try a slice later tonight or tomorrow morning. Sometimes I like trying banana bread the next day because it just firms up a little bit more, whereas when you have it straight out of the oven, it can still be a little warm and a little too wet in my opinion. One of my favorite things about baking as well is just that it makes the whole entire house smell so good. You don't even need a candle. But I reckon what I'm gonna do now is literally just plop in front of the TV and be a lazy old couch potato for the rest of the night. I have been watching The 3 Body Problem on Netflix at the moment, and I'm on episode 6. I have a really bad habit of watching it late at night, and I always get so sleepy when I'm sat on the couch. So I always end up falling asleep, and then I miss half the episode and I wake up, I have no idea what's going on, and I have to rewind and watch the whole entire thing. So I'm honestly not too sure what episode I'm up to because I last watched it yesterday and that exact thing happened when I fell asleep. Okay, I do not remember this part, so I think I must have fallen asleep. Oh my god, I seriously do not remember half of this. Got myself some pineapple as a little snack as well. I love having some fruit or some kind of sweet treat like chocolate and a peppermint tea, but for today I've got some pineapple, which is really sweet and delicious. It must be the last of the pineapple from summer. So I'm very excited. I just love summer fruits and I'm really bummed that summer's over and there's not going to be much summer fruit left. And of course the rest of my rosé and a bottle of water. And I'm fully tucked in on the couch with a blanket, my fruit, my phone, and my water and rosé on the floor. Don't tell mom and dad. I can just lie on the couch for the rest of the night and literally will not have to move.
I think they should be. You're gonna be here for a while. We are not dead.
Did we get built one on the moon?
The moon has since probed to intercept the sun TV.
Turn me into a finalist, rising into the air. Hey.
Oh my god, I'm so tired and I am very, very ready for bed, and I'm very excited because I put on new bed sheets and a new dinner cover, a new pillowcase and everything today, and I vacuumed my room and I cleaned it up so it's all nice and clean, and there's nothing better in the world than climbing into a fresh set of nice, cool, crisp sheets. Oh, like look how inviting this looks right now. I literally cannot wait to climb in. And I genuinely do think this counts as part of my self-care routine as well. Like, even though it seems like a mundane task that you just have to do, you can have that perspective of, oh, this is actually self-care because I know that I'm going to feel so much better once I've done it, and I know that it's going to be so worthwhile and I'm going to be thanking myself later in the future. Self-care is seriously just about whatever makes you feel good and whatever makes you feel happy, and some things might be self-care to certain people and they might not be self-care for you, but that doesn't matter. You might be watching this video and being like, oh, I would not do any of that stuff as part of my self-care routine. Self-care is all about you and nobody else. It's been the most perfect few hours of my evening. I hope this inspires you to maybe do something for yourself this weekend. Indulge in a bit of self-care, whatever that might be. Whether that's baking a cake or doing a hair mask or doing your skincare or lying on the couch under a blanket and binging Netflix for the entire night. Whatever it might be, it's gonna be so worth it because it's a bit of care and a bit of love that you can give yourself. I'll see you guys next time.